Hello, this is Goosaruni, and today we are switching it up by doing some Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, which is my favorite roguelike, and it is a classic roguelike, grid-based movement, turn-based, all that good stuff. I find it really cool, interesting, and we have a bunch, as you can see, there are a bunch of races to choose from, and the races determine, if we select one, we can go to classes. Classes more determine starting skills, whereas these races they determine basically what you're good at and more decide what your build is going to be. Now, I do want to actually try a ranged build because I haven't really done one in here before. And instead of a kobold, because they're pretty good at range, I'm going to try a deep elf because if we go to the yeah aptitude list here, bunch of text, but we can see aptitudes listed. So armor, dodging, stealth, lots of things. Anyways, what we want is range. So if I just keep going down here, yeah, range. They do have a +3 to range, and the only other thing is the kobold here. But the kobold can't see that far, or be seen that far, so they're good at stealth. But that also means you actually can't shoot at things that are that far away from you. So I'm going to try to do a hex slinger build as a deep elf and go with a random name. I am Nuvig, Deep Elf Hexslinger. So basically, if you don't know about this game at all, we are going to try to go down many, many floors of this dungeon and then back up with the Orb of Zot, which is just the big MacGuffin at the end to get. And I am not super great at this game. I certainly haven't won many times or anything, but I do think it is very engaging, very fun. And so, the graphics are not a ton to look at, but that is okay because the gameplay is super engaging. So, gonna try to be ranged today. Deep elves are very good at magic, and they are very fragile. So as you can see on the top right there, we only have 11 health, but we do start with a bit more magic than average. And let me see, I do have slow already learned. I'm gonna set up my skills here. So I do want us to be in manual skill mode. And you can see the aptitude is the minus or the pluses that come after the skills there. And they basically, each one represents a 25% increase or decrease in how fast you learn a skill. So a +4, you learn a skill 100% faster. A -4, it takes you 100% longer to learn it. So we do have +3 to spellcasting and hexes. And if I extend this menu, we can see that basically deep elves, like I said, are actually very good at all kinds of magic because on the right is all the magic here. So we are going to be worried about mostly just hexes, I think, at the moment. And then we also have the +3 to ranged weapons, which you're going to care about. And so to start, we also are pretty good at stealth and dodging, which I think is going to be kind of important for us. So typically, let me turn this down a bit, but typically you want to be able to get your killing potential up first and then worry about defenses second. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep hexes on and ranged weapons on. And we are just gonna, for now, have those going as we go around. Now, here we go, just a little bit of exploration. Pick up a scroll. We don't know what it is yet, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Uh, this type of, or this game in general, is very good also. Ooh, that is actually a lot of people starting out. So everything in this game is kind of dangerous to start, especially when you start with something that by itself is kind of squishy, like a deep elf. So what we really want to do is get these people into a hallway so that we don't have to fight multiple people at once. We can sort of get them into a choke point. Okay. Yeah, so I guess this is going to have to do. And now being ranged isn't great because they're all close to us, but that's okay. We're just going to see how it goes. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I thought I'd toss my sling, but I cast slow on him, which is pretty good. Um, Yeah, so we're gonna have to reset what I have quivered. I want it to be my sling here. Okay, got him. Next. You can also see when it's in a row, if I missed the cockroach, which is the first guy here, it actually missed him and managed to hit the ectoplasm behind him. So that's the other benefit with range stuff, getting everything in a line. But we can manually explore around here, right? And I might want to pick up the whip just so I have a melee weapon as an option here, which I can also make it be so that I can flip between them. How cool, how good. Anyways, so we are going through here, and one thing that Dungeon Crawl is very good at is like streamlining any of the boring bits of the game. So you might be exploring a floor, and at first I probably will manually explore, but I can also just hit the O key. Let me see if I can get this guy. Can I cast the magic on him? Yes, slowed him down. Cool. So it'll take him longer to get to me, which obviously is good. But if I just hit the O key, that's for auto explore, it'll stop whenever it sees something or sees an enemy. So I keep discovering stuff, keep stopping pretty quick, but you get the idea why that could be generally good. Okay, killed him without much problem. Hello, please die. This is a bit risky because again, we are quite squishy and we don't want to fight multiple things at once. And if it seems like a little paranoid with it's like, but it's just like 4 starter guys, but really in the beginning here, everything is threatening. Maybe not everything, but a lot of stuff, and certainly anything that's paired up with other stuff. And I think that's why this game is so engaging to me is that there's few points in it where anything is truly trivial. So you always have interesting decisions to make, and you want to be a little bit careful at all steps of this game. Okay, so let's just take stock. We have Stroll of Poison and some unknown stuff. We're not gonna drink our unknown potions or read our unknown scroll quite yet. Ooh, okay, so jackals are also actually quite dangerous at first. Yeah, I'm gonna just see what happens if I try to sling them down for a bit. Because they are all in a row, so only one can attack me at a time, and I seem to be getting lucky so far. Okay, yeah, that actually went pretty well. Um, and I'm pretty down to take some. Oh, nice. Level 3. Pretty down to take risks early on like this because it's not like I've invested a lot into the character. So strength increases your smacking things ability. Intelligence increases your magic ability. Dexterity increases specifically blades and range stuff. So since we are mainly ranged, gonna increase that dex. Increases our dexterity by 2. Beans, another snake. Just okay. And use that auto explore until we find a rat. Goodbye. Oh, wow, this is going really well so far. Yeah. See you later. Adios. We're now level 4 on our range skill. Very nice. Hexes is about to be 5. I'll probably maybe stop after 5. Let's see, what can we learn? Inner Flame, Hexes on Fire, Portal Projectile, Hexes and Translocation, and Cause Fear, which is pretty good also. I believe Inner Flame, here you go. So basically, if you hit someone with Inner Flame, they'll actually shoot out little flames in a circle like immediately around them. And then if you kill something with Inner Flame on it, it actually creates an explosion around it, and it can really have some crazy chain reaction effects there. Hello, I didn't want to get right next to you, but that's okay. I'm still going to sling, because that's just what I'm best at, even though I'm right next to him. Okay. Let's see, it all these shortcuts. Like I can press X to look around and like inspect stuff. An open door. Wow, crazy. But if I do Shift X, I can inspect the whole floor at a time. Kind of move the camera around. Also, why did I not pick this up? Because it has slow and I already know it. Okay. Sure, sure. But if I Shift X and then I do the just the greater than symbol, the caret sideways to the right, if you will, it'll give me any stairs down. So we cleared the first floor here. On to the second. Okay, instantly two people, but they are sleeping, so I can get the drop on them pretty well. So I'm not scared to fight them both. Goodbye. Yeah, this is going even better maybe than I would have thought. I'm going to pick up that dagger. I'm actually going to drop the whip and instead have the dagger be my secondary because the dagger... Oops. Hold on. Okay. Because the dagger here has a base accuracy of +6 at the top, so it is more likely to actually hit things even if I don't have a lot of skill in it. And since I am worried about my range skill, I'm not going to be worried about my, hitting things skill. So my blade skill, that'd be a short blade. So that skill I'm not really going to train yet because I just am trying to get my ranged weapons looking nice. And I do want leather armor, but I'm not going to go super heavy with my armor because I also want my spells to be fairly reliable, and wearing heavier armor makes it harder to cast spells, so the failure chance does go up. Okay, now adders are actually pretty dangerous, and it maybe was dumb for me to start firing on him right away instead of, for example, trying to slow him, because they can poison, and in this early in the game, poison is actually really dangerous. However, we got pretty lucky there, so no real problem so far. This guy can also be dangerous. He moves very slow, especially if we slow him. But if he actually gets into melee range, he can do good damage. So I really want to back up. Okay, great. Hello, sir. All right. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Bats can also be very annoying just because they move very fast. But since I am ranged, I don't have to be right next to him to hit him. And so they really aren't that big of a problem for me. I can also use shift in a direction to move in that direction until something comes up. Ooh, is that two adders at once? That is scary. Okay. Hopefully they will go away. Reach level 4. Please stay away from me. Oh no. Oh, okay. So that got a little shifty. Lost half my health there, and you can see the yellow part of my health is health I will lose to poison. Luckily, I think it only poisoned me like one time. So it didn't stack up a lot of poison, but it certainly can. Can definitely be a bad time. But we are okay for now. Go, just doing the O key, auto explore. I am basically trying to clear whole dungeon floors as I come to them, and that's generally a good idea because you want to have as much experience as you can and as many skills built up to higher levels as you can before heading down to deeper and scarier levels. So I think at this point also, let's see, what is my slow? 3% failure. It's been there for a while, but I did put on the armor, so that probably brought it back up, but I think I can live with 3% at the moment, so I'm actually going to turn hexes off. I'm going to get some stealth, so that way I'm just harder to detect, and that'll allow me to decide what fights I want to take, which can definitely help in later levels. Hello, please get hit. Okay. Death by Quokka is not what I'm looking for. Okay, and that is this floor. On to number 3. Okay, cool. I also am looking, gods are pretty important in this game. If you don't know what that is, we'll get there. But I'm looking for Fedhas, the god of plants, because eventually you can summon a ring of plants around you that enemies can't pass through. And that sounds like a good way to utilize my range if I'm just away from enemies and they can't even hit me in there. So to me, sounds like a pretty good idea. Now, do I want to slow this guy? I think I still do. Well, it resisted with significant effort. Awesome. Love to hear that. Not really. Okay. So now we pelt him while he's away from me. Please die. Okay. Stellar. Whoop. That's a lot of guys. Let me back up. Oh, and he's throwing poison darts. That's not cool. And the rat is doing good damage to me. Are you kidding? Alright. Okay. There we go. Kill the rat. And I'm maybe just going to keep backing up because I don't want to deal with this at half health, especially if we have poison darts. Okay, too late. Yikes, see that poison stacked up? Gonna cause problems. We're okay now, though. I'll pick up the poison darts. Thank you. Okay, so got that. Let me definitely pick up a cloak. So cloak, helmet, gloves, armor. Oh no. Gloves, boot, cloak, and helmet are things that you can wear and they do not slow you down. So if I inspect a leather armor, for example, armor rating is 3, encumbrance rating is 4. But if I look at this cloak, armor rating is 1, it has no encumbrance rating. So that is great. And then it's a +1 cloak, so base armor is 2, or base armor is 1. But if I put it on, my AC will go from 3 to 5 because it gives me 2, because it has a +1, so that's great. Hello, Mr. Cockroach. You are no longer threatening. Except maybe you are. Okay. Stealth increased to 1. Sounds good. I'm also debating whether I want to put on fighting, because fighting helps with typically just melee stuff. However, it also raises your hit points, and I do not start with a lot. And I also don't gain a lot um, when I level up fighting, because it is based on a percentage of your total HP. So a large HP character will actually gain more from leveling up the fighting skill than a low HP character. However, I have few enough that I basically will take whatever I can get as far as hit points go. But for right now, I think I may just want to keep leveling my ability to hit things at range here. Sounds like a good idea. A wand of polymorph. Okay. That's pretty good against specific threats that can do some shifty stuff to you. Or maybe summon a lot of guys, things like that. Let's see if I can slow this guy, get away from him. Hello, Mr. Adder. You have joined in the fun. Let's see if I can slow him. I can't. Wasted a turn trying to. Excellent. Oh, okay. We're just going to have to shoot and see what happens here. Okay, reach level 5. Stealth increased to 2. Yeah, these risks are paying off early. Okay, hello. More problems. Please go away. Oh no. Too injured to fight recklessly. That's generally true. Ah. Okay, no longer poisoned. Oof. Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close. So, yeah, like I said, pretty much everything is can be dangerous early on, but adders are especially dangerous, like a ball python. Not that scary, especially at this point. Um, I do like the... Oh, gosh, immediately, right in front of me. So adders are quick enough that I could try to slow and get back, but really I'd only be slowing the adder to not be actively faster than me, and so if I step away, I could probably keep pace, which is why I'm just deciding to shoot it point blank like that. But as I was saying, the freeze spells could be good. I typically like them. Press Shift M to look at my spells here for the memorize screen. But yeah, I don't know that I'm going to put a ton of time into magic, even though that's basically typical for a deep elf is magic. But I want to try just hitting things from range, so I don't think I'm going to spend a lot of time on it in this one. Oh, goodbye. That looks like a special spear. And another goblin with a spear. Alright, goodbye, friends. Ectoplasm, no thank you. See, this is what I want. I want engagements to start at, like, my max vision range here. Okawaru is a god of battle. I don't want to worship that. Though he does give some cool stuff. I don't know, I've never actually worshipped him, but, he seems to be pretty good. I don't know that... Oh, he noticed me right away. Okay. So that's what we want stealth skill for. So a phantom can be hard to hit. Let's go over to him. Look at him. So his evasion is +3, so he's 50% to evade my sling. And he can deal 8 damage, which is, I mean, I have 28 health, so 8 damage is pretty good. But I don't think I can escape at this point unless, oh, my chance to affect, we can see in the bottom there, is only 36%, which is not terrific for this guy. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to fire at him and hope for the best. So I have 50% chance to hit. So this feels a little bit less than 50%. Nope, there's one. Okay. Come on. Come on. Okay. Whew. And our range did go up. Our stealth also went up, so he was worth some good experience because he is a little scarier. Okay, we also definitely want these gloves. I'll put those on. Because again, that's just a +1 to my AC at no cost, really. Learned I'm just going to try to smack the adders right as they show up. Same with that guy. Okay. Some more scrolls. More good stuff. Okay, got an endoplasm. Oh, and grinder. I don't want to fight. So I'm going to just close that door and pretend I was never here. Because I believe, yeah, yeah, I can cast pain, which would be bad for me. Paralyze, which is super duper bad. Because obviously that means it can't move or take any action, basically. And grinder just gets free actions against me, which is bad for obvious reasons. End evasion is normally +3, just like the Phantom was, so it'd have a 50% chance to avoid my Sling Stones, and that sounds like a bad combo that I want nothing to do with. So I'm gonna just go down a level immediately, because it looks like this is almost totally explored. So we'll just come back for Grinder when we are a little more dangerous ourselves. Okay, one hit, one kill. Oop, an iguana is also scary. So you can see the icon changes here and it gets grayed out because that's out of vision range, which if I can see something, it can also see me. If I can't, it can't, so that's good. Since it's still sleeping and I went away, unless there's a loud noise or something, it won't come to get me. Now, an iguana is scary because it can bite for up to 15 damage, so that does mean, and it's 52% chance to hit me, so that does mean it could two-shot me, so I really don't want to fight that right now. And as a matter of fact, I can put, when I'm in this Shift X mode, I can put an E on it for an exclusion. So that way, if I start auto-exploring, my character won't go into any of that zone, because I just told it, hey, I don't want to mess with that. Which again, handy for this automation and sort of getting through any of the bits that may not be as good. Okay, see this question means the adder is like not sure about me. Which it is then weird that it's following me so closely if it claims it's not sure. But yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna have to hit it and hope for the best. Like I've been doing. Um, no longer poisoned, very good. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you're far away. These are the kind of engagements I want. Stealth up to 4, lovely. I may even try to get something else up at the moment. I don't know though. I also want to look while I'm here. What is the minimum delay for a sling? Because usually you want to train a weapon, whatever it is that you're using, up to the minimum delay, which means the shortest amount of time that it's going to take for you to attack with something. And turns are calculated in aughts, which is AUT for, I believe, arbitrary unit of time. So it takes 1 aught to move for most things if you have just normal movement speed. So basically, I can move away from someone in 1 turn, and I currently am attacking, current attack delay here, currently I'm attacking in 1.1, so it's slightly longer for me to attack than it is for me to move. Really this matters if you're in a fight with someone, and let's say you can attack in like 1.8, and they attack in 1.5. Most of the time, you're just going to trade attacks 1 to 1. But if you can get your attack delay, like this weapon's minimum attack delay is 0.7, that means you can actually attack um, like 2 times against someone who has an attack delay of 1.4, right? So it actually becomes pretty useful because eventually you get like free attacks with it. And I said I wanted to look at what that was, and then I didn't. So minimum attack delay is reached at a skill of 14. Okay. So basically, I want to train ranged stuff until I reach level 14 with it to get that minimum attack delay, because that is pretty much the most important thing with this. And yes, your chance to hit and your damage does get better as you train, but that minimum delay is really what you're looking for. Okay. See you later. I mean, so far this is actually going better than I thought, but I will say I think I did get lucky in a few of the early, that's whoops. Didn't want that. Okay. Just smack this man. Pick up some more poison darts. Delightful. Ooh. Yes, that guy's scary. I think I will slow him. It is questionable if I even want to fight him, but well, maybe I'll go for a free attack while he's sleeping because I have a much better chance to hit. Then I'll slow. Okay. Yes, no, so this seems good, but I do definitely want to make sure to not get in melee range with this guy because I'm sure he could one hit and maybe even or two hit and maybe even one hit me. So we are not looking for that. But luckily he's big and slow, especially with my slow spell. So no real problem. I'm feeling pretty strong in this character, which is usually when you die in this game. Is you say, oh yeah, I'm doing well, and then you get cocky and overconfident and everything goes poorly. So, but we'll see. Hilarious Death Artist's ghost laugh. Hmm. Hold on. I don't know where the ghost is. So ghosts are actually pretty cool because they are usually extra scary guys that are sort of locked away in these rooms with cool prizes. Like this one clearly has piles of money and a potion that's probably pretty good and a scroll that's probably pretty good. They don't have them identified, so I don't know what they are. Genetti Getty, yeah, who knows? But uh, yeah, they're basically other characters that have died in the dungeon. And so if I were to die, potentially this character could become a ghost that would pop up in one of my future dungeons. Right? So I think that's pretty cool mechanic about it. And actually, we are 28 minutes in. I'm going to say, well, I don't know about fighting this one. Yeah, I have a slow spell. What's my chance to hit it anywho? Normally +2. I mean, that's pretty good. Okay. That's my better judgment. I'm gonna go for trying to get this iguana. I can. Oh, I didn't slow him though. Chance effect 62, so I should generally. Okay. Gotta stay away. That's why we slowed him down. Okay. Cool. Now that should be pretty much everything on this floor, right? Yep. Explored except for the unvisited transporter because I don't feel like fighting the ghost right now. So yeah, I guess that's the first episode here of our new character, Nujweg, the shooter now. I think your name is always based off of your highest skill. Used to be the Hexer, now it's the shooter. Yeah, and we will see how far this goes. Thanks for watching and like if you did, and I'll be back next time. Toodaloo.